If you haven't been to your AMC in like the past 2 months, you probably haven't heard of this movie, but Primitive War has been, I think, in like every single corridor of every single AMC I've been in for the whole summer. And I don't know what it was because I didn't see a single trailer for this movie. I didn't hear anything about this movie. But all I know is that apparently it's based off a book. It finally comes out, and the only thing I'm thinking is this going to be the best dino movie of the year? I think it is. Something with Jurassic World Rebirth I really wanted was more of a horror vibe, and I feel like we were getting that, especially with the intro of the movie. But as the movie progressed, it just kept feeling more and more like a Jurassic World movie. We still got those horror elements I was really wanting from the past three movies. It just didn't live up to what I thought it was gonna be, and I guess where Primitive War comes in. This movie was obviously marketed as a giant horror movie with dinosaurs, and it's in Vietnam, and I think it lived up to it, like, so much. This is, like, maybe, like, top 3 scariest dinosaur movies, I guess. They do few jump scares in this movie, they do a Spinosaurus jump scare that's way better than the Rebirth, Spinosaurus jump scare, which is the scene where, Trisha Helfer's on the boat, and they see Triceratops, and they're on the boat on the river, and then a Spinosaurus just jumps out at the camera, and it was so good. And I'm not really like one to get scared by jump scares, but that one got me. I was like, whoa, this is sick. Um, Unfortunately, this movie has some very huge problems. One is the CGI. This movie didn't have a high budget, which is a shame because it is so good, and I feel like if the budget was better, this movie would have been like maybe a 9 out of 10. I don't know. I mean, the glaring issues with the CGI for the dinosaurs in a lot of the well lit scenes are like disgustingly bad. And then in the dark scenes, they look fucking phenomenal. Like that final fight with like all the raptors charging the helicopter was beautiful. Like it was way better than anything I saw in Jurassic World Rebirth, which also came out this year and had like a way higher budget. But there's so many well lit scenes in this movie and like brighter daytime scenes, and you see the dinosaurs, and they just don't look real. They don't look like they fit into the world. It just looks like someone plastered like a picture and it's just moving. It's so unfortunate. And the other problem with the budget is you're obviously not going to get big actors in this movie, and you're not going to get good acting if you don't get bigger actors. Obviously, there's a few familiar names like Jeremy Piven and Trisha Helfer, who I mentioned earlier. But other than those two, I don't know the rest of these people. They could be in these other movies from the Spark production company, but they're not the best. I'm trying to remember. I think it was Marcus Johnson did a fine job, but other than him, I can't really recall anyone that did a fine job as like an actor. And Marcus Johnson doesn't even get that many lines. Even Jeremy Piven is, when he's on screen, it just doesn't feel that great. And getting an American to sound like a Russian also is just never going to be good. We've had a lot of movies these past couple years just hire straight up Russian or other Slavic type of people for these roles, and instead they decided to go the route of let's get Americans to do accents, and it sounds like shit. And they don't do the lines very well. So even the two big name actors they get in this movie, they just don't. They don't even hit for me. I think this movie's budget was humongous. This would be, I don't even know. It would have been amazing. Maybe like one of my top 5 movies this year. But unfortunately, the glaring issues with the acting and the CGI just stopped this movie from being something phenomenal. It's still a really great movie though. If you want a good dinosaur movie that actually has horror in it, this is the one. I don't know if there's other sequels to the books based on this book, but if there is, I need it. Especially if this one makes a lot of money, which is gonna make its budget back. But if it makes a lot of money, maybe the sequels can look really good. I don't know if they're gonna travel to like World War II or the Iraq War or World War One. I don't know, I just want something. I need more dinosaurs, especially in like this war environment. Um, oh, there's just so much like you could do. Don't. Oh, another problem I had with this movie is there's not enough deaths until like the last 10, 20-ish minutes, I want to say. Um, if there's more deaths in this movie also would have been way better. I feel like we stuck around with the main crew way too long, and we get kind of baited with a suicide scene in this movie, which I think would have worked much better than when it happens later, like maybe 10 minutes after. I think getting the soldier to commit suicide on the boat would have just been like way more hard hitting, and especially showing the effects that Vietnam had on people, not just this dinosaur Vietnam clash. Instead we get him killing himself as he's being attacked by like 8 raptors. I thought that was lame, but it's okay. A lot of these deaths are cool in this movie. Most of them are just the raptors picking people apart. You have a pterodactyl or something picking off a guy's head, if I remember correctly, and obviously the T Rex gets a few stomping kills and a munching kill, but I just needed more. I need more. This movie's 2.5 hours and it feels like I didn't get enough, which is such a shame. I might have said a lot of bad things about this movie, but at the end of the day, this is really fun. And it is the best dinosaur movie that's come out this year, to my knowledge. I've only watched two, I think. And I think we're getting a third one later this year. I'm not too sure. But this was easily the best dinosaur movie this year. It's the best dinosaur movie I think I've seen since the first Jurassic World. I could be wrong on that. I'd have to double check. Um, Real dinosaurs, but this movie is really fun. If this movie came out in 2003 or 2006, I think this movie would have like a 4.0 rating on Letterboxd. It's just like one of those. It's just a low budget, just makes it feel so old, but it's still solid. It's still fun. You get horror elements, which is cool. I don't know much about the Spark company. It seems like they've worked on 6 movies. It's a family film company, so that's cool. Um, Hopefully they get budget for a bigger sequel, if that's even possible. I think the Collider was still running when the movie ended. Could be wrong. Uh, yeah, that's Primitive War. Apparently the dinosaurs weren't accurate to my dino friend, but who gives a shit? Because they were killing people anyway. Primitive War was awesome.